Hello. So in this example, we don't know the weight or the mass of the pipe, this one, but we know that the tension in the rope cannot be more than 500. So that means that TBC must be less than 500 Newton. TBD must be less than 500 Newton. TBA must be less than 500 Newton. TAE must be less than 500 Newton. And TAH must be less than 500 Newton. Okay, we don't know which one. We need everything less than 500 Newton. So if one is 400, 300, and 500, that's correct. But if one is 400, 500, and 600, no, we need to reduce the tension in each rope. So what we will do is that we will try to express each tension as at the weight and play with that. First things, I will use the point H for the first free body diagram. So I will use the particle H. So we have the point H. We have the weight. Let me make it in blue because I assume that I know the weight. And this one is TAH. Okay, and when we do sum of the forces on Y equals 0, we got TAH is equal to W. So that means that W must be, so TAH must be less than 500 Newton and the weight must be less than 500 Newton. Okay. If we look now at the particle A, we will go slowly one free body diagram at a time. Particle A. So we look at the particle A. We use the same axis, X and Y. And we have the particle A. We have TAH going down, TAE going to the right, and TAB going up. So we write the particle A there. And we have 60 degrees from this axis. Okay, let's do force on Y first. So we can express TAB in terms of TAH. So we do sum of the forces on Y equals 0. We got TAB, the Y, that's the sine 60, minus TAH, it's equal to 0. So we have TAB times square root of 3 divided by 2 equal TAH. Okay, so either we have TAH less than 500 Newton, but that's already this one. But we also need TAB less than 500 Newton. That means that TAH must be less than 2 square root of 3 times 500 Newton. And this one is 2 times 500 divided by square root of 3. That's 577 Newton. So we are good because, oh, TH must be less than 57700. Yes, so that's correct because we already said that TAH is less than 500 Newton. Okay, so TAB will be less, oops, TAB is less, oh my god. TAB is less than 500 Newton if TAH is less than 500 Newton. Okay. And let's do some of the forces. Sum of the forces on X is equal to 0 for this one. So we have minus TAB cosine 60 plus TAE. It's equal to 0. So that means that TAB times half, like 1 divided by 2, equals TAE. Okay, so we have TAB that is less than 500 Newton. So if TAE is less than 500 Newton, right? TAB is less than 500 Newton, it's 250 Newton. So we absolutely need TAE less than 500 Newton. Okay. We will plug everything after to go back. Let's do now the particle B. Oops. So we have the particle B. We have the tension TBC, and we have the tension TBD, and we have the tension TAB. TAB, TBA, doesn't matter. Oops, triangle 3, 4, 5, and 60 degrees there. Okay, so let's do some of the forces on y equals 0 first. I will come back after that. Some of the forces on y equals 0. We have TBD times 3 divided by 5 minus TAB sine 60 equal to 0. So we have TBD times 3 divided by 5 equal to TAB times square root of 3 divided by 2. Okay, so if we have TBD, it means that TBD equal square root of 3 divided by 2 times 5 divided by 3 TAB, or TAB it's equal to 3 divided by 5 times 2 divided by square root of 3 for TBD. And both of them must be less than 500. Oops. Which one is bigger? Square root of 3 times, oops, outside I just make the calculation, times 5 divided by 6. This one is, there is 1.44. So if TAB equal 500, this one will be more. So the one there that we need to be less is TBD. TBD should be less than 500. Okay. And oops, we will do the force on the y. We will need to come back on all the equations. So now sum of the forces on x is equal to 0. So what we have minus TBC plus TBD times 4 divided by 5 plus TAB cosine 60. It's equal to 0. So we have TBC that is equal to 4 divided by 5 TBD. Probably this one will be the one that will be critical. Plus cosine 60, that's 1/2 of TAB. Okay, and we need TBC that is less than 500 Newton. So we need that 4 divided by 5 TBD plus 1/2 of TAB is less than 500 Newton. Right? This looks like to me the more crucial one because TBC balance for the two other forces. So let's begin by assuming that TBC equal 500 Newton. So if TBC is equal to 500 Newton, okay, we have the little matrix. Let's do that. We have the little matrix. 4 divided by 5 for TBD plus 1/2 for TAB. That is equal to 500, right? These equations. And I will use now these equations for the second line for the same diagram. So it's 3, 5, and minus square root of 3 divided by 2. So the first one will be TBD equal, and the second one will be TAB. Let's check if they are below 500. Matrix, edit a matrix 2 by 2. So 4 divided by 5, 1 divided by 2, 3 divided by 5, and square root of 3, or minus square root of 3, minus square root of 3 divided by 2. And the second matrix is, sorry, I'm doing this at the same time, 500 and 0. Oops, matrix 1 minus 1 times matrix 2. Yay, that gives us FBD equal 433 Newton and TAB equal 302 Newton when we do the multiplication. Okay, So we did use, let me write it in, okay, in blue what we did use this equation and these equations, and we find TBD and TAB, if assuming that TBC equal 500. Now let's come back on the particle A equation. We have TAB, TAE, we can use this one. So we have TAE, that is equal to 1/2 of TAB. Okay, so we got TAE, that is equal to 156 Newton, still below 500. And now let's come back at TA, this one. So we have TAH, that is equal to square root of 3 divided by 2, TAB. And TAB equal 302, so we have square root of 3 times the 302 divided by 2. This is 250, so TAH is equal to 252 Newton. Okay, and we are almost there. So we have TAH now, still below 500. And now we know from this equation of the particle H, then TAH equal W. So we got W equal 262. So the mass of the cylinder, M times G, equal 262. So we have the mass that is equal to 262 divided by 9.81. This is 262 divided by 9.81. This is 26.7 kilogram. Here we go. Final answer. The mass of the cylinder cannot be more than 26.7 kilogram. Because of the way the ropes are attached together with those angles, etc., etc., we will have a tension in TBC that will be the crucial tension. So this one will be 500 Newton. Oops. This one will be 500 Newton if the mass of the cylinder is 26.7 kilogram. Make sense? That's it for this one. See you next time. Bye-bye.